What is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, hello, Richard.
Live on Thursday before FEDDCon, we have the fired up logo. Well, not the fired up logo, but the FEDDCon logo in the back. We have Aquant, of course, our big platinum sponsor. Looking forward to seeing the Aquant team next week. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be an inspiring one, and it's going to be one to drive change and create positive impact, Lisa.
Boom, positive impact.
Yes, as we look to, this is something that we're going to be talking about, impact over or verse influence. We want to create impactors, Lisa, and we're going to be, as we move forward, we know what the Fed group is. And I'm not going to say, like I said, we talked about this a little in the house, not that we're rebranding, but we are going to make sure that our message is very strong moving forward. And there's going to be some marketing tactics and strategies in place to make sure that happens. But we're going to be talking about, impacting. This is about impact. This is about creating impactors and not necessarily influencers. I posted a little bit about that yesterday. We'll talk a little bit about FEDDCon. We'll talk a little bit about everything. But let me just go and find this really quickly. Oh, the dealer's texting me. What are we talking about, impactors? Where the hell is it?
What do you mean, impactors?
I shared it. So an impactor is they have a strong effect on someone or something along the lines of an influencer, but impacting, is a little different. We're when you're impacting someone, something, some industry, you're really leaving your mark. It's different than a celebrity saying, "Hey, go buy this razor because I use it." Influencing me to buy. It's more than that, and that's what we're striving for here with Fed Nation and the Fed Group. And there's an entire industry at large, the food service equipment industry, food service. It's a building monster, and it's back, baby. It's back, Lisa.
It is back.
You look at NRA, that's coming right around the corner, right after our conference. We're going to be out in Chicago. We're going to be at the Safesa Mixer, the industry mixer, actually. I think it's a really collective thing with all the associations. We're going to be at the Partstown party. We're going to be walking the show floor. We're going to have some meetups at different manufacturer booths so we can stay in touch with Fed Nation. So there's a lot of stuff coming down the pike. And let me tell you, NRA, I think, is going to be a very impactful event to get the industry back on its feet.
So I love getting off topic, right?
Okay.
So I actually was going to bring this up to you. I think that one of our techs may have worked on it, like one of these stores recently, possibly in New York, but the Amazon Go stores or something. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Where you go in and
yep.
I haven't had a chance to go in New York, but I did see that there are like more than maybe 4 or 5 locations in Chicago. And I was going to see if you wanted to go to the Amazon Go store with me.
We could do that. We can do that.
I want to go in and feel like I'm stealing, even though I'm paying full price.
Oh, you're paying. You are paying. And by the way, I wanted to show this too.
Nice.
Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be wearing this all next week in Arizona, where I think the heat is going to be pouring down on us.
Yes, it will. I saw one day it was like 95 degrees.
Oh. People love the heat. People love it. I'm not a big fan of the heat.
Shout out to Ginger Gadbury, though. She was like, "Oh, Arizona heat feels more like 75, so you'll be okay."
Oh, I don't know about that. I've been in the Arizona heat, and it didn't feel like 75.
That is true. And we were in the Arizona heat, and they had the fireplaces on all over the place.
Yeah, no. It's hot. Hot is hot. And I know, listen, East Coast, we have all this humidity. They say it's stickier. Listen, hot is hot. I don't understand all this talk, but it's still the heat. Anyway, we're gonna be indoors for a lot of the stuff in Alhambra ballroom, and but we are gonna be on the Valencia lawn on Monday evening for the Fed carpet event and the opening reception. And I'm gonna go through some things here.
Hello,
as far as sponsors
Jeff.
go.
So Jeff says impacting is similar to juggernaut. So Mr. Jeff Victory here gave us a nickname for his badge, which is Juggernaut, and I'm not sure if Janine actually put that on his badge or not. So we'll end up finding out.
We'll find out.
And Matt Wheeler had an interesting nickname too.
Yes, he did. Opening reception signature cocktails by All Points. So
Yes.
thanks to Jeff and Jim and everyone at All Points. The DeLorean is going to be on that lawn, and that's sponsored by Blue is the New White.
Ooh.
Josh Zolan's amazing industry podcast, and also author of Blue is the New White. Swag bag sponsors. Got to shout out P3 Reps here in the New Jersey, New York market. John Bowerman and the team for the swag bags. So everyone's going to be getting one of those, and plenty of cool things in there. Swag sponsors. We got Crave and Company and KCL. So shout out to the Coachmans. Shout out to Chelsea.
Yes.
And Chelsea's going to be there on one of the panels.
Yes, she is.
Smoothie bar sponsored by Ghost Repairs. Shout out to the team down in Florida there.
Can I just stop you there for 1 second?
Please.
So, because you mentioned Smoothie Bar, I do want to remind everyone that we're the food service and equipment industry. Food is very important to us, which is why we went can I say balls to the wall with food?
So this event, and I'll probably talk much more candidly and openly when we get down there with everybody. But this event is really, you're not going to be disappointed by the food or the atmosphere. I could promise you that. We even have something interesting happening for the dinner, but I'm not going to tell anybody that. They're just going to be surprised.
That's going to be a surprise? Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
And so going back to Ghost Repairs and the smoothie bar, we just felt like throwing in a smoothie and fresh juice bar for one of our breakfasts. Because I was like, we need to be healthy.
What else? What other kind of bars do we have? We have an omelet bar, omelet station,
and a poutine
and
bar.
a poutine bar.
I'm actually really excited about that one.
I'm excited to see how that's going to go. And then we have for the dinner, the big dinner. What do we got going on for the dinner?
Honestly, right now I'm drawing a blank because there are so many details.
Yeah, I thought you might know. I forgot. But I know there's going to be pizza circulating.
Yes.
There's going to be other things circulating. I don't know.
And that's why you remembered the pizza.
Yeah.
But it's way more than pizza.
It's way more than pizza. So listen, there's still time to get a last minute ticket or two. Let's get you there. What's holding you back? Let's get you in the room. We're going to be rubbing elbows with the industry, service, manufacturers, reps, dealers, facilities. It's just an amazing opportunity to really, I think, network in new ways and push new ideas on each other. And that's how things develop. So we need impactors to come into the room and be part of this.
And the conversation about impactors actually came from an off-air conversation that we were having with Ryan McCarty.
Yeah.
And he was talking a lot about influencers versus impactors, and that really hit home for us. And then I had this idea. I was like, instead of an influencer house, because I don't know if anyone watching is familiar with what an influencer house is. It's, all these influencers from TikTok or Instagram living together, and all they do is create content. I was saying that maybe the Fed group can have an impactor house, and maybe in different regions, people just come together to do stuff, do good things for the community or for the industry as a whole. And it's an unsupported feature behind you.
I see this. I always like that. I'm an unsupported feature. So anyway. Yeah, no, I think that's going to be something that we're going to look to do moving forward. Absolutely. That talk with Ryan McCarty that we had on the slide was really, really beneficial. I hope people got some, good ideas from that. And that's just a little taste of what's coming when Ryan McCarty takes the stage at FEDDCon. I mean, we're talking culture of good. There's a whole lot of different things that we want to ensure that people of the industry.
I have to correct you. It's not called, his keynote is not called Culture of Good. It's called Bring Your Soul to Work.
Oh, no. I wasn't saying that was the name of it.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm just saying that his whole thing is the culture of good, which I want to bring that to the industry. I want companies to, understand that it's super important to be good to people, to be good to the next person. I see a lot of anger in the industry. From people on phones and emails. And sometimes, I'll be up to Geraldine and Geraldine will hang up the phone with someone. She'll be like, why are people so nasty? kindness is super underrated. And I think we need to have more kindness. We need to have more good from leaders. It starts from the top. It always starts from the top. Everything that happens here, good, bad, or indifferent, I know it's on me. And I'm not perfect, and none amongst us here are. But I think we can deploy more of that. So I think bringing that to the conference is important. It's going to be exciting, and we're going to talk about the impact. We're going to talk about influence. We're going to talk about the movement, and I'm going to be taking the stage because Lisa told me I had to. So
Yes, absolutely.
I will be. Make sure you stick around if you're coming. I'm gonna be closing it out. I thought it would be just best for me to close it out. So the simple fact that I'll be up there already, and I'll be able to continue to thank everyone and direct everybody into the closing reception.
Yeah.
And not to give too much away, but this keynote that I'm going to give is going to be, I'm going to say, short and sweet, to the effect of maybe a good 30 minutes. Pardon, of really dissecting some of the things that I talk about all the time. You want to grow your brand, that equals growing your business. We're going to talk more about that. We're going to talk about the things you could and should be doing. And you're capable. You're all capable. We're all unique in our own way, and we all have a message, whether you think so or not. I promise you have something to give. And I talk to people all the time, like, I have nothing to say, and I don't like my way I look on video. Aside from the way you think you look on video, believe me, I look at myself right now, and I'm like, oh my God, this is what I look like in real life.
What do you look like in your dreams?
It reminds me of an episode from Friends when I think it was Chandler and Chandler was in the room. They were watching the old tapes of Monica at prom or something.
Okay, yeah.
And they were like, oh, shut up. The camera adds 10 pounds. And Chandler was like, how many cameras were actually on you? And I look at myself and I'm like, oh. But listen, don't worry about that. The market doesn't care about how you look. They care about what you say and what you have to give. And over time, you're going to not even think about how you look. It's not what matters. And I'm sure you look better than you think. Trust me. So we're going to talk about getting behind this camera and giving the industry, bringing the impact that the industry needs to continue to build and grow and find the new people, find the new talent. And not just that, but what about the people that are here, bringing them inspiration, bringing them drive. I love getting messages that I still get to this day from people, mostly on LinkedIn, every now and then on Instagram, but just saying, hey, Rich, I love it, the message. I love the content. I love everything you're doing. Don't stop, brother. Keep going. I love that. There's no price tag for that. That's, we're giving. It's necessary. So we're going to talk about, growing your brand and equals growing your business, because it does. And it's going to come back to your business every single time. And, we talked about glorifying the blue. We want to let the industry know what the mission is here. What is the Fed mission? And that's something that's been pretty interesting to see, hear, navigate as we go out to places. Like we will tell people, like, this is what the Fed Group is, and it's almost like deer in headlights. It's like, yeah, what are you saying? I think I get it. All right, well, listen, good luck.
Well, that actually gave us, talking to so many people about the Fed Group and what the Fed mission is, gave us a clearer understanding for ourselves of how to, I guess, simplify it, right? Mm-hmm. The best way to simplify it, for a better understanding.
It's got to be simplified, and I think we've nailed it. So we'll see.
It's going to be part of Rich's closing keynote.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about the mission at the end. That's going to be I'm going to do a little 5-point thing, and it's going to be the mission towards the end. And, but number 2 is glorifying the blue. We're going to glorify the blue. That's what we're here to do. And obviously, I'll say I coined the phrase gold collar for the industry. But it's still the blue collar industry. So at the end of the day, that's what people are going to resonate with. So we want to glorify the blue. We want to put the people of the industry, of the food service industry, on a pedestal. We want to let everyone know what opportunities lie here. And, regardless of where you are in the trade, whether you're a technician out in the trenches doing their thing, if you're just an installer, maybe you're doing PMs, maybe you're, in operations, you're a service manager, you're a parts manager. Everybody plays a very intricate role. If you're a rep and you're a consultant and you're speccing equipment and the dealers are out there selling it, which gives us the opportunity to install and the opportunity to service. And we all play such a major role in each other's lives. And I don't think we talk about that enough, and I think as we drill it down into regions and markets and we get more people understanding what the Fed mission is, I think we're going to build a stronger community. And, at the end of the day, it's about going back to the word impact. It's a movement to create a positive impact, and let these youngsters know out there, or people looking for career changes out there. There's a lot going on here, and there's a lot to be said about not just, we talk about pay and stuff all day, but the reward of helping people. That's what we do. We fix people. We help people. That's what we do here. So we want to glorify the blue in a new light. We need to brand it properly. We need to market it properly, and we need to do it collectively. So we're going to be talking about that and talking about the negativity.
Wait, before you get there, what was the podcast that you were just on? You just posted about it.
I was just on Blue Collar Nation's podcast. So Eric Sprague, I hope I'm saying this right, Sprague or Sprague. Go connect with him on LinkedIn. Go check out the Blue Collar Nation podcast. Maybe I'll link that up in my LinkedIn again for you guys to go and listen to that. I think it was a great conversation. And those guys get it, talking about training and doing stuff like that, and suffocating the negativity. Hold on a second.
Are you reading our notes?
I just wanted to know. I wanted to see what I wrote under there. It looked like it was scribble. I'm super guilty of it right now, Lisa?
Yes, very much.
I'm trying to stay in a positive headspace, but it's been a little tough for me for various reasons. And perhaps there'll be some content I put out about this whole experience for me this second time around. FEDDCon numero uno was a much different feel and a much different experience for me. This time around, it's a little different for me. Different reasons. And I'll probably end up talking about that at some point. But suffocating the negativity, I need to suffocate it out of myself. It's not always easy, right? And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And you got the impact versus the influence, which you touched on in the mission. There's going to be some things that we talk about. I want to do Q&A. I want to, get people thinking and get people talking. And with our event app that Lisa has been working diligently on, you have the opportunity to ask questions through the app.
Yeah.
So you don't have to raise your hand. You don't have to, if you didn't want to raise your hand, you don't have to raise your hand. Just ask these questions through the app. We'll get them answered, and we'll get some conversations going. This is what it's about. Conversation is necessary to become, the impactors we all want to become. So
the app engineer, actually, I asked him a question yesterday, particularly because Jeff was asking me if you can do a chat room in the app, and unfortunately, it doesn't seem like you can do a chat room. But one of my questions was around the Q&A portion of the app, and you can upvote questions. So if you're in the audience and you're going through questions and you think one question is like super important and you definitely want to hear an answer to it, you can upvote it and it'll go up to the top of the list. That I still think I might be in the background, in the back of the room and asking or on the microphone, so people have no idea where I am, just like this live. That's what I think I'll be doing at FEDDCon. Oh, you got a phone call?
Yeah, no, something popped up here. Okay, sorry. So what else, Lisa?
I don't know.
Platinum sponsor Aquant. You see that? Silver sponsors Kason and Hashizaki. Bronze sponsors Origo, Partstown, Broster,
Woo, woo.
Conference app AmeriCooler. Shout out to John Carlo and the team down in Miami. That's where we were for our first one. It was a good one.
We might be going back.
We're definitely going back, and that'll be another conversation for another day about Arizona and the Omni. But
all right, let's suffocate the
negativity. And talking about the last thing I'll talk about is the panels that we're going to have. Obviously, content, ladies and gentlemen. You hear content is king. content is king. Community is king. I think they go hand in hand. The more content you put out, the more community and audience you build around yourself and your business, the more opportunities that are going to come a knocking. No one's going to wake up for you in the morning. No one's going to open, put your phone on for you. No one's going to make you go live. No one's going to do anything for you. It's up to you. So depending on where your mindset is, and I think this is definitely a mindset thing. Who do you want to be? Where do you want your company to be in the next 5 years? Who do you want to be in the next 5 years? What does it all look like? You can't plan for everything. I don't know if Mike Tyson is the actual original person to say this, but I feel like he is. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. And that's going to happen because life's going to punch you in the face. Lord knows I know that. I'm sure the people watching now, you know that. But you still got to have some kind of strategy in place. You're going to pivot. You're going to make decisions. You're going to change direction. You're going to do those things. That's business. Things change at a moment's notice. What I say on Tuesday, I might change on Wednesday. What I say on Tuesday, what I say at Tuesday at noon, Tuesday at 4:00, I said, you know what? I changed my mind. Let's do this. And you're going to do that. Everyone makes different decisions, and these are all moments. And they're not going to define us, right? What's going to define us is where we're headed. And then when we get there, it's where we're headed. It's never where we've been. So I know we have to keep looking ahead and we have to keep strategizing and putting these things out. So this content panel, we're gonna really give some really, really, really good insight and actionable items and things that you're going to be able to do and take back with you and start incorporating things immediately. Another panel, manufacturer service partnerships. I just had a conversation today with a service company, good friend of mine, building his company, and we were talking about manufacturer relationships today, and we were talking about, not to get too, into exactly what we were saying. Well, I don't want to name any names, but we're talking about these relationships and labor and expectations and parts and flat rate installs and all these different things. And I think someone walked in the office when I was talking. Was it you? Did you hear me talking to someone?
No, wasn't me.
Somebody snuck in.
Oh, it was me. You were on the phone?
I was.
Yes, that was me.
So yeah, so we had a big long conversation about what's the reason for these partnerships today? What is the driving force for them? There's plenty of reasons to have strong manufacturer partnerships. We share mutual customers. We are technicians are absolutely a driving force and a lifeblood to the industry in general, from installations to service. Training is important. Technology coming down, the smart kitchens are important. We need to make sure that our technicians are trained. The manufacturer wants to make sure our technicians are trained, so we can go in and not have guesswork, and we could really deliver that service that the customer is going to see. And they're saying, when we walk in and the technician is, ready to go and he knows what he's doing, there's that sense of trust. It's like, hey, wow, I purchased the right piece of equipment from the right manufacturer because I got the right company in here doing the things they need to do so I can keep doing my thing. So there's a lot of the training aspect of it. As far as parts goes, listen, there's been a big discussion of parts. And I was given this world. I didn't make it. Tupac said that, right? and I was given this world and I didn't make it. And we're just trying to navigate through it. And what better way to do that than together? And, I don't know what the future is going to hold. Parts distribution game has changed forever. And it's not going to go back to the way it used to be with territories. And, you talk to people like, oh, I like the way it used to be. Well, we can sit here all day and say, I like the way it used to be. And it was great. Listen, things were different back in 1995 and 2005. It's all changed now. It's 2022. We're working our way to 2023. Time is flying. And we have to understand the reasons for these partnerships, because they're meaningful. And we want to impact. We want to make an impact here where we can help create the positive change that's needed. I'm a big proponent of labor rates being at street rate at this point. When you send out these things to some manufacturers, like, hey, no problem here. We're with you. We got you. We got your back. Here's the rate. We're with you. Some manufacturers are not always on board with that. Well, we're only going to give you this and we're going to give you that. Understand, it's not that we're trying, service companies, and I think I speak for a lot of us, maybe not, but I think I do. We're not trying to get rich on a warranty call. We're not trying to get rich. We're not trying to, break the bank on warranty calls. We just don't want to lose. What you see in 2022 for a labor rate, and I'll talk about this with anybody off air because I don't want to, put out, information that I shouldn't be putting out into the general public, but behind closed doors, we could have a private conversation. Labor rates are through the roof. The days of, $10 an hour, $15 an hour, $20 an hour are long gone. Call someone from the New York and New Jersey market and ask them what the going rates are over here for labor, for technicians. Insurances through the roof. Gas through the roof. You go into the New York City market, man, what a treacherous market to work in.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I knew to an extent, but man, the parking, let me just tell you, parking alone is a mess. Just a mess.
It's not an overstatement. Like literally, it's very difficult.
And the city, it's like it's set up for you to fail at parking.
Absolutely.
It's set up that way. So I can't begin to tell you the tolls and all the things that come into play with operational costs. Don't forget Uncle Sam. He likes to put his hand in your pocket once a month for sales tax. We got our income tax and we got all so don't think that that's not being deducted every month when you're running a service company, any business. I know that. But there's so many things. What about the inventory? What about the inventory we hold and we invest in? What about the training we invest in? These are all things that have to go into that are factored into a labor cost. Okay, we can't just neglect to say, oh well, we'll make it up over here. We don't want to drive our business on we'll make it up somewhere. We just want to have a fair market price moving forward in 2022. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like I said, I'm not trying to. I think there's a way to do it. And a lot of manufacturers, not all, but a lot have gotten pretty damn close to street rate. And our street rate here in New Jersey is $135 an hour. And the trip charge, we've had to do some modifications there because of the gas. I mean, and the summer's coming, Lisa. I don't know if this gas is going to get higher.
Oh,
but there's a lot of things that go into it, and it's manufacturers out. You're seeing that too for 100%. I mean, we get letters and emails and things all the time. Well, due to the rising costs of this, and this, parts are going up 5%, 8%, 12%, whatever it might be. Twice a year from some manufacturers, 3 times a year now.
I'm curious if any companies out there have done a temporary fuel surcharge the same way that Uber has been doing. I don't know. I mean, you Uber eat a lot, just like me.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that they're charging extra? It says temporary fuel charge.
I don't even know if I noticed that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, temporary fuel charge.
I have to look. Do you pay the $10 a month for the Uber One or whatever?
I do, but there's still a fuel charge.
Yeah. I have to look. I mean, but that's, listen, I mean, this is, and I wonder if that's getting passed on to the driver.
I imagine it would get passed on to the driver.
Because it should. Yeah, because Uber's not spending money on gas. Uber is the largest transportation company in the world.
George
and they don't own a single vehicle.
I just heard we might be seeing 185 per barrel on oil. Oh, and see, Josh he says we have done a temp fuel charge.
Yeah, so you know what? I did not put a fuel charge on the invoice. What I've done was increased our trip charge for the time being. Just to not, I try to soften the blow to customers, where especially when you're watching invoices like, oh wow, there's fuel charge. I don't know. It's just maybe a different kind of tactic in my mind. But you have to account for it. These things have to be accounted for. Like, we're in business, and I sometimes it mind boggles me when people are just, listen, I don't know. I don't know why anyone comes to the assumptions they come to. Okay. I don't know. I just had an email the other day. Can you quote me an install on something? So number one, this is something that we've never done before. Okay, never did this before. It's also a 3-hour drive.
What?
So I said respectfully, I appreciate this opportunity. Unfortunately, I'm going to pass on this because we've never done one of these installs, and I have done a site survey. I don't know what's entailed. They're telling me just one guy to go and do this, the other thing. Okay, I don't know. Never did it. How can I quote you on something I know nothing about? Without really diving further into it, talking with one of my lead guys, maybe going to the job site, 3 hours away, nonetheless. So I kicked it back and he goes, "Oh, well, I had to get a couple of quotes. I appreciate it, but I don't see the big deal. It's not really, it's not that far from you and blah, blah, blah." It's not that. It's going to be a 6-hour round trip.
That's an entire day.
So my guy's going to have to leave, if we want to get on job site for 8, he's got to leave by 4:30.
Oh, no.
That means he's got to be up by 3:30 maybe. There's a lot of stuff that goes, things don't just happen. We have to drive to places. We have to know what we're walking into. Things don't just happen. There was another example that I just had on my mind, and now I've forgotten, Lisa.
That's okay.
Because this has been happening to me a lot lately. Anyone else been really forgetful lately?
1000%.
Is it just, because I'm just super forgetful lately. I don't know what that is.
But I'm a list maker, so I make a lot of lists.
Well, that's a good thing. That is a good thing.
Because if I would forget it all. I would forget it all.
Yes. No, making lists is very important. I should start doing that.
But Richard, I think that wraps up our live for today. So I can pack up all of this gear and get it ready for FEDDCon. And also, I hope my voice comes back. I have been completely hoarse for the entirety of this week, and I think it might be stress related, possibly, because I'm not sick.
No, definitely stressful moment in time. Definitely a stressful moment in time, but it's all good things when you look at it, I guess.
I know. In the big picture, it's great things.
Yeah,
great things.
Yeah, because we want to put on a really beautiful, amazing conference for everybody, and excuse me, and so that's where I think where the stress is, because you just want to deliver for people. I know when someone hands me money, I don't care if it's $100 or $1,000. When someone hands me money, I want to deliver for them. I take it all personal, and that's the stress comes with that. But we're gonna deliver. I'm gonna show up. Lisa's gonna show up.
We might look like skeletons or zombies. I don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna show up, and it's gonna be a beautiful. Listen, Omni Monte Lucia is a beautiful property. Make no mistake, you are coming to a world-class resort, and there's still last-minute tickets available. So please jump onto FEDDCon.com. You still see it scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Go to FEDDCon.com. Unsure? Check out the tickets, the agenda rather. Check out the agenda. Check out the tickets. Check out the agenda. Order. You can still pre-order your T-shirt. Even if you're not coming, you want a T-shirt, place an order. Get yourself a T-shirt. These are limited edition. They will never be made again.
Never again.
Limited edition, and one day it will matter. These will be on eBay 20 years from now. Of someone selling one for $4,000.
I love how you're giving everyone just this completely genuine you right now, because this is it. Like, this is you right now.
This is me. This is me.
Tired, still putting in your all, and we're really just making our way to Arizona, like it says on the bottom of the screen. So basically, we will see you guys.
Yes,
in just a few days.
Please. If you are thinking about it, stop thinking. Go get them. And again, shout out to Aquant, our platinum sponsor. Go to aquant.io and learn more about how they can help your business. We're gonna have the team in the building, and
they're gonna have a happy hour on Tuesday night before our big dinner.
Before our big dinner out on the Valencia lawn with Camelback as the backdrop, a beautiful scene. We're gonna have a little happy hour. We're gonna kick off some drinks and get her going over at the Connection Express area at the Aquant booth. So you're not gonna want to miss it. We're gonna be filming all this. we're going to be there's gonna be content creation for days, weeks, months, years to come. And you will have an opportunity. I think Lisa mentioned if you're not gonna be able to make it, we are going to have a way for you to see some of the party
Absolutely.
after the event is over. So that is a wrap. This is the last live before we head to Arizona. I'm heading out on Saturday. If you are heading out early, shoot me a text, shoot me a message, however you want to get in touch with me. We'll be at the hotel Saturday evening, probably have a little dinner, hang out by the pool a little bit, and get my mindset ready because the team is coming in
Sunday,
the following day, as we prepare for Sunday and Monday to get everything ready for you.
All right. Say goodbye to your friends. Say see you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, to all my friends out there, from the bottom of my heart, for all the support, it means the world. Thank you. We appreciate you. I hope you have the amazing rest of your day and weekend, and go out there and do something impactful. Make it count. See you in Arizona.